SB19 just took one of the biggest nights in their history and gave it a second life on the big screen. This is Stage Wire, and today we're breaking down something that just dropped. Wakas at Simula, the Trilogy Finale, is officially heading to cinemas worldwide, and the company bringing it there has a resume that includes some of the biggest names in music. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll understand exactly why that detail matters so much. Let's start with what actually happened. Back on April 18th, SB19 closed out their Trilogy era with a sold-out show at the SMDC Festival Grounds in Parañaque. That concert, Wakas at Simula, the Trilogy Finale, was the culmination of 3 EPs, Pagsibol, Pagtatag, and Simula at Wakas, a journey the group has been building since 2021. Each EP represented a different stage of growth, from planting the seed to fighting through struggle to finally reaching a kind of closure, and the finale was built to bring all 3 of those chapters together on one stage. It was the kind of night Autumn doesn't forget. Thousands packed into one venue, 3 eras of music colliding into a single, emotional finale. Just 2 days later, word started spreading that the concert wasn't staying a memory. On Instagram, David Two Sun Song, executive producer at 4DPLEX, confirmed that the concert film shoot was already done. He credited SB19, their team at 1Z Entertainment, and Autumn's Energy for making the project possible, and teased that what they captured was going beyond just a recording. Now, months later, SB19 has confirmed the next step. Through their own social media, the group announced that Wakas at Simula, the Trilogy Finale, is heading to cinemas worldwide this October, calling it one unforgettable journey and one historic finale. The exact release date hasn't been revealed yet, but the direction is clear. This concert is going global, in theaters, not just on a streaming app. It is also worth noting this was not SB19's first time turning a big concert into a film. Back in July, the group released the Simula at Wakas kickoff concert film through the fandom platform Weverse, letting Autumn relive the show that first kicked off this era 1 year after it happened. That release was digital, tied to Weverse, and framed around where the trilogy began. This new project is a completely different scale. It is not a fandom platform release, it is a full worldwide theatrical rollout, and it is not about where the story started. It is about how it ended. So why does CJ4DPLEX matter so much here? If the name doesn't ring a bell, here's the quick version. CJ4DPLEX is a South Korean cinema technology company under the CJ Group, best known for 2 formats, 4DX, which syncs moving seats and physical effects with what's happening on screen, and ScreenX, which extends the picture beyond the main screen and onto the side walls for a panoramic view. This isn't a random production house picking up a side project. CJ4DPLEX and its team have built a track record with concert films for some of the biggest acts in the industry, including 17, ENHYPEN, One OK Rock, NCT Dream, Monsta X, and BTS. That is not a small list. Those are acts that fill stadiums across multiple continents, and their concert films were built specifically to make audiences outside those stadiums feel like they were still part of the night. Putting SB19 in that same lineup says a lot about how far the group has come and about how seriously the industry is taking P-pop's biggest act right now. This is not a company doing SB19 a favor. This is a company that specializes in exactly this kind of global music moment, choosing to work on it. Here's what that actually means for fans. A concert only happens once. You're either in the building that night or you're not. A concert film changes that equation completely. Someone who couldn't make it to Parañaque in April, whether they're in another province or another country, gets a real shot at experiencing that finale the way it was meant to be felt, on a massive screen, with sound built for a theater instead of a phone speaker. CJ4DPLEX specializes in immersive formats. There's a real possibility that some screenings could go even further, with ScreenX expanding key moments across the sidewalls, or 4DX physically syncing the seats to the show. Nothing is confirmed on that front yet, but it's exactly the kind of detail worth watching for once ticketing and screening information drops. This announcement also lands at a moment when SB19's international momentum is impossible to ignore. Just weeks ago, The group made history at Lollapalooza in Chicago, becoming the first homegrown Filipino act to perform at the festival, and used the moment to debut their new single, Lawless, live for the first time. Around that same trip, during a fan meet in California, a fan asked the group if they would be at Coachella next year. The members played along in a game inspired by Spit Manila's Madam Oracle, eventually landing on an answer that sent Aten into full manifestation mode. We are going to go. Nothing official yet, but paired with the news that fellow P-pop act Binny already made Coachella history earlier this year, it is not hard to see why fans are hopeful. And the momentum does not stop there. SB19 is set to perform at Japan's Summer Sonic Festival on August 14th, followed by an appearance at the Copworld Festival in Texas in October. The same month their concert film is expected to hit cinemas. Back home, the group is also leading the 39th AWID Awards with 12 nominations, the most of any act this year, with the ceremony set for September 15th at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. Between a global concert film, back-to-back festival stages, and a leading position at the country's biggest music awards, this October is shaping up to be one of the biggest stretches of SB19's career so far. Think about what all of this looks like stacked together. A few years ago, SB19 was a Filipino group trying to carve out space for P-pop in an industry that barely knew the term. Now they are the first homegrown Filipino act at Lollapalooza. They are being talked about as possible Coachella performers. A South Korean company known for working with BTS and 17 is turning their concert into a worldwide theatrical release, and they are leading the country's biggest music awards show at the same time. None of these moments happened in isolation. Each one is building on the last, and that is exactly why a story that could have simply been SB19 concert film announced is actually a much bigger signal about where this group is headed next. Step back and look at the full picture here. This is not just SB19 getting a concert movie. A Filipino group built an entire three-part story across Pagsibol, Pagtatag, and Simula at Wakas, closed it out with a sold-out finale in front of thousands, and is now handing that night over to a company known for pushing cinema technology to its limits, so the rest of the world can watch it too. The trilogy may have ended on that stage in Parañaque, but the story clearly is not finished. It is moving from the venue to the cameras, from the cameras to CJ4DPLEX, and now from the Philippines to cinemas around the world. So here's the real question for Aten watching this. If Wakas at Simula, the trilogy finale, comes to a theater near you this October, are you going? And if ScreenX or 4DX screenings end up being part of the rollout, would you choose the immersive version over a standard one? Drop your answer in the comments, because this is exactly the kind of story we love covering here on Stage Wire. If you want to stay updated on everything SB19 and P-pop as it happens, make sure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell, and share this video with a fellow Aten who needs to see this news. The trilogy might be over, but for SB19, this feels like the start of something even bigger.